How'd you guys come through physically?
Good. I mean, Nelson got caught in the throat, and he couldn't just go anymore and had a hard time breathing. Ozzy was, the yellow card. I didn't want anything to happen there. And Brad, we like to get minutes anyway, so it's good.
What's the status on Roman Torres?
That'll be day by day. You saw him out here a little bit. We're pushing for him, Andreas, everybody that we can, all hands on deck.
Did he have full participation?
No.
Does the knowledge of a potential bye week on the other side plus the lead affect your thinking on their timelines at all?
No. This is must win. I've said from day one, these are must-win games. This still is a must-win game. The guys that are healthy, and they're the guys that are in the starting group, they're going to play. Now, I have confidence that, Zach came on and did a great job. Nelson came on and did a great job. So do I have confidence in that? Yes, but the team comes first. So I have to make those decisions based on, obviously everybody's health, but, making sure that we win this game.
Brian, you mentioned you're going to repeat the message that we're not finished yet. Outside of just telling the guys that, is there anything in particular that you've done to try and get that message through to them?
Well, I showed them some film this morning of things that I wasn't quite happy with. I mean, that's part of our normal routine, but we need to make sure that we grow and we learn and we prepare for teams. This league is so full of parity that if we don't do that, then we wouldn't be doing our jobs, number one, as a coaching staff. But then, you risk the chance of losing a game from one small detail that you might have overlooked.
Is there anything in particular with Nelson do you think that led to this recent breakthrough, or do you think it was just kind of a matter of time before his luck sort of turned around?
I'm not going to say luck. I'm going to say his determination. I'll change the adjective. I think his determination throughout the year is finally caught up with him, all the good work that he's done, all the training. I think that's what's done it for him. And the opportunity. He's made the most of his opportunity. So he scores a goal against Sporting KC, and, we reward him with a start, and he sparks that 7-minute burst of goals, and, we're very thankful for Nelson.
You've said that a lot of his value goes beyond goal scoring. What are some of the other aspects of his game that you could point to beyond just that he has displayed this year?
Well, he scored the goal with his head, but his heading in midfield, on goal kicks, on flick-ons, his hold-up play, you saw some of his spacing with Nico on some of the little back heel that he was able to, get us out of trouble. So he's an experienced player. So there's lots of facets to his game that might not be as noticeable as him jumping over a guy and scoring a goal.
Nelson said after the game that even though Joevin played so well, that he's still only, with his talent level, maybe 50% of what he can be. Is that a sentiment that you agree with?
I think Joevin has a really high ceiling. I would agree with that, absolutely.
What does he have to do to reach that ceiling?
Keep working. Keep doing what he's doing. I mean, he has a ton of talent. He's still young. Getting used to maybe playing at left back for us, and he plays, left midfield, right wing with his national team. I mean, some of those nuances as you get a little older, you get more experienced, you take what games give you. I thought he was one of the beneficiaries of kind of their game plan to stay with 5 in the back and, allowed some space for Joevin to get forward. So he took what the game gave him, and that was good for him.
Has there been anything holding him back or that he's overcome this year that has allowed him to sort of take this next step, it seems like?
Well, physically it was the toe, which he's been pretty brave. I mean, he's been taking injections early on and stuff like that. I don't know. I think he's just a well-rounded kid. I mean, he's a good kid. I love having him around. We're both lefties. I mean, he's a good kid.
I saw Jordan Morris playing a role that he hadn't really played all season, and he played really well. Was there something about that role you thought would really suit him, or is he just ready for anything?
I think I use the word smart because he's from Stanford. I think, again, he was the same. He took what the game gave him. I mean, Nelson was able to provide that, the thrust up the middle of the field, and Jordan picked up some balls just underneath there. Nico came from the other side to pick up a few balls there. So I think the whole offensive display was pretty successful in that game.
Coach.
Brian, sorry for kind of joining late here, but just kind of what's your strategy going into a game where you're already up 3-0?
Well, we're going to try and win the game. I mean, we've said that over and over. Look, we score one goal, they have to, we're going to try and win. It's just every time we score a goal, good things happen. Okay, for the confidence of the team, for the score line, for all of those things. So we're not going to sit back and defend for 90 minutes.
End of season awards finalists got released today. You guys have Jordan up for Rookie of the Year and Nico up for Newcomer of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there's an MVP case to be made for Nico at all, though, even though he's only been here for so long, but just based on the impact? Could that argument be made?
Maybe. I mean, I'm not so sure how those awards actually get voted on, what the criteria are for all of that. I mean, you could say Ozzy could be in that conversation. What's most valuable player to their team, or the best player overall league-wide? I mean, whatever the criteria are, I think that has something to do with the choice. But certainly via the other guys that are mentioned, I mean, even to be mentioned in that conversation is a good one. It's good for Nico.
You said that Brad Evans was still getting close to getting better at full fitness last week in another substitute appearance. Is he getting close, like ready for a full 90, or?
Yeah. We're working on it. Trust me.
Yeah. Okay.
We're trying to do everything we can to get him ready to start.
Coach, I know you're a one game at a time type of mentality, but if there was obviously the possibility of you guys going through the next round, qualifiers are coming up for CONMEBOL and CONCACAF. Is that something that worries you? Obviously, having to leave some players like Nico and Torres to the exhaustion and risks of playing qualifying.
Yeah,
soccer.
but that's just normal course of business in MLS. I mean, if you have really good players on your team, you're going to expect to lose some of them in the qualifying cycles, or friendly, whatever it is. But it's not overly concerning.
And you guys aren't concerned at all about how the team feels being up 3-0 going into a game where they know they have a commanding lead, so to speak?
No, we're not concerned. I told you, I showed them some film of things we can do better at. So they will hear the message all week.